that I'd like to think I invented, or at least, I mean, no, I didn't invent a wood mosaic, but at least I invented the way to build out this wood mosaic. Because one of my favorite things to hear and one of my favorite things to do, well, one of my favorite things to hear is, hey, I've never seen anything like this before. And we get that a lot at the shows. And that's when I know I did my job. You know, and when we were in the apparel industry, like with Hook and everything like that, we had a lot of that innovation and creativity. That was what was great about the team, is we were all about, hey, what can we do that no one's done? You know, so it's just a shame that the corporate level is such a monster sometimes that they just, there's no passion. Or not, there's no compassion. No compassion. So, anyway, so that's what I with the new concepts and creativity. Never seen this before. You know, I've taken that and I brought it to our family brand. So there's stuff I do like on leather and wood, and that's really all my brain can take right now. It's leather and wood. But I do stuff that nobody's done. I like to approach things differently. And these wood mosaics, the large ones that I'm working on, they take forever, as you are witness. La la la. They've been getting a lot of love. Because what we do is we don't sell these big ones online, at least not yet, because I haven't figured out shipping and all that. If you wanna reach out and ask about them, the big ones, our email is ordershometown.inspiration.com. Our website is hometowninspiration.com. And you can check out our stuff. Check out what we make. Now, my wife and I, we work hand in hand. But again, she works up at the house with her fancy industrial leather sewing machine. I work down here in the wood shop and art studio where it's a mess, but again, mess equals money in my brain, so I enjoy the chaos. But I have a laser machine down here. I have my computers with my big digital drawing tablet. They pronounce it Wacom. But yeah, I got a big old drawing tablet, and I use that. And so yeah, but all right, well, back to my origin story. So after the Hook days, it was kind of like I got blindsided on being laid off. So did everybody. I mean, it was we all just were like, what just happened? Because we were excited that we were merging. You know, I've never been in that scenario before with big corporates. So we're like, all right, this is great, woohoo! And then all of a sudden, wait a second, what? And it was funny because at the time I was art director, headwear merchandiser, product photography shooting, catalog development, and I had a few other just random titles. But when HR called me and gave me the notice, I was just like, "Are you sure you want to do that? Because I don't think you understand everything I do." Because again, I 12 to 16-hour days, and the only time I took a break was like the only time I took a break was like Christmas, but I still made sure I worked a little bit because I had to work. I had to get stuff done. So I'm a workaholic. Hi, my name's Matt. I'm a workaholic. But anyway, so I told HR, I was like, "Are you sure that's what you want to do? Because I don't think you guys realize everything I do, and you're going to need to hire a few different people." And they're like, "Yep, we're sure. Yep, no problem. Yep, we're good." And I'm like, "Okay." So after it was all said and done, like a month later, they asked me if I wanted to, or one of the departments asked me if I wanted to freelance for them. And then I was still salty at that point. And I was like, no, thank you. Have a nice day. You guys didn't think you needed me. I told you might, but anyway. But God has a plan, and his plan is good. It has opened my eyes to go my own route, because again, I'll say it again, I've been doing this for 30 plus years. So why not build a family brand a small brand for myself, for ourselves, for my family? Why not focus on quality over quantity? You know, why not focus on high-end detail illustrations and design concepts that corporate can afford to pay an artist like myself to do, or corporate doesn't give a salary artist time to do because they're so focused on the bottom line and mass production time frames. So that's what we did. I started Hometown Inspiration, but again, I don't like to put all my eggs in one basket. So then I started working with a local print shop on a few new brand ideas that I had and that they had, but they were kind of corporate. They are corporate, and that kind of fell apart because they were trying to be corporate, and I'm just not a corporate guy. So it was funny because our last conversation with that group, because they were trying to strong arm me and talk me into working in their facility 9 to 5, and I'm not a 9 to 5 guy. I'll bust my ass and I'll work my ass off. Excuse the language. Kids are watching. But I'm just not a 9 to 5 guy. I work till 2, 3 in the morning every night. I'm not going to get up and go to an office at 9. I mean, not fully clothed, you know, in my pajamas. Yeah, maybe. But anyway, so our last discussion was I looked at them, and there's 3 of them looking at me. Well, one was HR. No, there's 3 of them plus HR. And they were all looking at me, and I go, look, I appreciate the offer and the opportunity, but I am not the guy to be in a box. And you're trying to put me in a box. I use boxes to step on to get to the next level. I'm not a box guy. And their reply to me, which was funny, and I knew that was the end of the conversation. They were like, well, don't look at it as a box. Look at it as a bubble. And I was just like, no, I don't like bubbles either. So it was fun. It was fun talking to them. You know what? I liked them. I just didn't like their corporate tenacity, because they were all about their business. They called it the beast. They were all about the beast, and you could just tell they didn't care about you. They cared about the bottom line, and that's not where any of us should be. Unfortunately, that's where a lot of us have to be. Unless you're an artist with some talent.